Well, GB and Brandon, they've stepped away for a moment, and I am now joined by Nigel Sherritt. Nigel, what's up, man? Long time no see.
What a pleasure to be here with you, John the Body Johnson. What a great night of hard-hitting action here in the Action Building for Hell Freezes Over. Boy, we have got a great matchup coming up next.
Yeah, this is going to be something. Proc the Croc Johnston, the current Anarchy Television Champion, 1/3 of the program in Anarchy Wrestling, has come to the Action Building representing Anarchy on this huge night.
Yeah, let's not forget who he has in his corner. Of course, Jay Too Strong. Croc holding that championship above his head. And of course, I've seen on the internet, I've been all over the place. I hadn't been here in Georgia, so it's good to be back for a little while. And he has taken down men the size of Jeter. Almost 7 foot tall, 500-pound competitor. You talk about Southern strong style. We just saw some of that, and you better believe, John the Body, that we're going to see a lot more up ahead in this championship matchup.
Yeah, Proc the Croc Johnston, of course, won that Anarchy Television Championship earlier this year, defeating Tyler Culprit.
Just think of the names that have held that Anarchy Television Championship, John.
Some of those guys are here tonight.
Starts. I want each and every single one of you to stand up and rise for the true champion of Anarchy, Proc the Croc Johnston!
I don't think they're going for it.
Now that got over like a fart in church.
I said, say thank you!
Wow.
Thank you! Thank you!
Don't think that's in their vocabulary tonight.
Oh, and thank you, Diana Michelle, for taking the microphone away from Jay Too Strong. Thank you.
And his opponent.
Oh man, this audience in anticipation for the challenger. He usually has somebody in his corner in tow, John. We're going to see how things even out tonight. We're going to see if that television championship can remain in the hands of Croc the Proc at this great event, Hell Freezes Over, a celebration of Tapped Out Podcast.
5 years of Tapped Out Podcast, and right now we are awaiting the Japanese Assassin.
The Japanese Assassin, of course, a veteran on the Southeast wrestling scene. Tetchi Makuji, what a intimidating presence as he makes his way to the ring here in the Action Building, home of Southern Honor Wrestling. But tonight, John, again, as you mentioned, a celebration, if you will. I believe 8 promotions coming together, isn't that right?
8 promotions, 10 big matches, 8 championships on the line that we have seen here tonight. I'm going to tell you, we've been talking about this all night. It's a night that we never thought could happen in the state of Georgia, and it finally has. And one of these matches it's bringing us is the Anarchy Television Championship being defended against a guy who primarily competes at Southern Fried Championship Wrestling.
That's right, and it's a golden opportunity, no pun intended. Well, maybe a silver one, if you will. But as we were talking about the history of that television championship, and we'll get back to that in just a second, but I can't help but notice the absence of Dr. Brock in the corner of Tetchi Makuji.
Yeah, that is very, very rare for that to happen. But also, you got to think, is that safe for Proc Johnston? Because usually you have Brock there that can control this monster of a man. But now that Dr. Brock's not here, the governor's off.
Well, you bring up a very solid point, John. and that is why you're one of the best color commentators in the whole entire world. You can do it all. And of course, we're seeing competitors from around the Southeast that speak volumes for themselves in the ring as well. What a matchup this is going to be. Hard hitting. We just saw one hard hitting matchup, and that is going to continue here with the Anarchy Television Championship on the line. Proc doesn't seem to be at all intimidated, but you know, in the back of his mind, staring across the ring, he has to be. The Japanese assassin Tetchi Makuji locking up with the champion Proc the Croc.
Yeah, and Proc the Croc, I mean, just coming off of a huge battle with Jeter, so that may be why he's confident as he was, because he had that battle with Jeter. But Tetchi Makuji is coming off of just 2 weeks ago, was in a war game style matchup, the Monroe Massacre, 2 rings, 1 cage, and was on a winning team, but a lot of brutality. And you got to think, how's that going to affect his performance here tonight?
Both of these men have a lot of miles on their body and have stepped up to the challenges that have faced them. Of course, as you mentioned, the big matchup that Tetchi Makuji was involved in, and of course, taking on Jeter. If you're a wrestling fan here in the Southeast, you are no stranger to the size and power of that man. As these two men lock up, Proc the Croc has a side headlock. Tetchi Makuji trying to control the pace, though, and trying to move Proc as he can.
And Proc Johnston, you know, aside from being an accomplished professional wrestler, was also one of the top offensive linemen in high school sports here in the state of Georgia. Ended up going to Shorter College and was a top offensive lineman there as well. So the football background, this guy was like number 5 in the whole state in recruiting.
Hey, they don't just give that title to anybody now, as once again, this matchup starting slowly, somewhat of a methodical pace. Oh, the 2 big men crash in the middle of the ring, but Tetchi Makuji barely moves. Tetchi, a little bit smaller than Jeter, and like you said, I think Proc might have a little bit of confidence, especially with Jay Too Strong in the corner, defending that championship here at Tapped Out. Hell freezes over.
And the one thing he does not want to do is get too overconfident, because we know the Japanese assassin. We know the brutal martial arts style, but he is also a master of the mist, as many of the top Japanese stars have developed over the years. So Proc has to watch out for that as well.
And Proc takes a few inches of steps back thanks to that shoulder block, shoulder tackle from Tetchi Makuji. Speaking of assassins, that reminds me of the late, great Jody Hamilton, who was here in the state of Georgia. Another big man who could move with the best of them outside of his weight class. And take a look at Tetchi Makuji. All that size sends Proc the Croc crashing down to the canvas, and we might see a new television champion here tonight for Anarchy Wrestling.
And I think that may have knocked Proc off of his game there. I mean, he looked me dead in the eye, and I could see maybe not so much fear, but maybe a little bit of doubt in his game plan.
That certainly knocked him off of his feet now as Makuji off the ropes. And here's where Jay Too Strong comes into play, John.
Yeah, we've seen this many, many times before between for Jay Too Strong. Of course, one half of Southern Strong style with Proc Johnston. And we're looking at Proc sizing up Makuji here.
He's doing just what he was supposed to do, coming out here, sorry. A little bit rusty behind the commentary, but nonetheless, enough to stop that momentum that Tetchi Makuji had going on. Ooh, and the brutal chop from the Anarchy Television Champion. That seems to feed the desire of Tetchi Makuji to take the championship back home with him tonight.
And right now, seemingly no effect. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what's, uh-oh. Oh, right to the eyes. He unzipped the gear there of Proc Johnston and then went to a rake to the eyes. Uh-oh. But here's why we did it. We got some more chops coming up.
If you came here to see a Luthez matchup, at least in this one, you're not going to see it. But what you are going to see is absolute brutality. Take a look at that temporary tattoo that'll be there for the next week on the chest of Proc the Croc. Beautiful headbutt from Tetchi Makuji. Or shall I say nasty.
And right now, working over Proc Johnston there in the corner. And we don't see Jay Too Strong trying to be too eager to get involved.
Jay Too Strong is saying no, 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 and trying to get the fans here in Canton, Georgia to agree with him. Ooh, but double chop across the chest from the challenger, Tetchi Makuji, from 18 feet across the ring and runs right into that turnbuckle. And Proc the Croc with the same spear that took the giant Jeter down knocks Tetchi Makuji, who lands, though, John, in a good spot because you can't get pinned underneath those ring ropes.
Yeah, Tetchi Makuji definitely landed in a great spot here. But, you know, we got to take a look at the schedule that Tetchi has had over the past few months. I mean, he's been in there one-on-one with Jeters. He's been in there with Michael Judas's, just like Proc Johnston's been in there with Jeters. So, you know, you got to think your body starts to wear down after a period of time.
It certainly does, but John, this is a big match. This is a huge opportunity, and this is a momentous evening here in Canton, Georgia for Tapped Out. But take a look in the corner. Given any opportunity, Jay Too Strong, is going to insert himself in this matchup, and that might be the difference maker. I'm not saying that it will be, but it very well could. David Weekley, our official, has his hands full. Take a look at the strength of Proc the Croc, but unable to make the pinfall, clutching his back.
And here's a big bonus for Tetchi. He's never competed in Anarchy Wrestling. He could walk out the Anarchy Television champion and have new opportunities.
He certainly could. Cover close to the ropes, and Tetchi Makuji, the ring awareness, grabs that bottom rope, stops the count. And this matchup will continue for the Anarchy Television Championship. John, what a night it's already been. What a heck of a match we just saw previous to this. And we have a lot more to come here on the program. It's an honor to be here joining you along with some of the greatest talent in the Southeast.
Yeah, you know, I looked around today and I just could not believe the amount of talent that was here for Hell Freezes Over. And right now you can see Proc sizing up Tetchi. And like you said, there's still a lot more to come.
It's a who's who of the top, the best here in the Southeast Georgia. Big celebration. Proc the Croc winds up Tetchi Makuji. Wow, with a knockout blow. Proc the Croc having a hard time getting back up to his feet. It looks like that double thrust.
Yeah, those double thrusts right there, hitting those nerves, and then that big forearm caught him right across the jaw.
Falling down like a big redwood, and Jay Too Strong eats the double thrust, 2 in a row now, and Tetchi Makuji, whoa! Did he just do that, John? Are you kidding me?
That's a near 400-pound spinning heel kick.
Gee.
You don't see a big guy do that very often.
You gotta be kidding me. And that's what I'm talking about when I said it reminds me of the assassin Jody Hamilton. There's not many men that move like that. Let's just put it out there. You're 400 pounds, you're over 6 foot tall, and you're doing a spinning heel kick? Get out of here. This man wants that the Anarchy Wrestling Television Championship. Jay Too Strong over here next to the commentary booth, and he looks like he doesn't know where he's going.
Yeah, I don't think, and wait a minute now, Tetchi sizing up Proc.
Tetchi Makuji taking his time, allowing himself to recover, and Jay Too Strong once again.
Oh, he's got that nerve hold on. He's got the nerve, and he's got it on to both of them. Jay Too Strong probably regrets coming in. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, come on. And this is how this matchup is going to end. David Weekley throwing the matchup out after the double kick, the double low blow.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to wait the official decision by David Weekley and Diana here. Tetchi Makuji robbed of this matchup. The fans robbed of possibly seeing a new television champion. It's not what we were hoping for here tonight, John. I can assure you that.
Oh, wait a minute. Tetchi, not too happy. Oh, he just caught Jay Too Strong with the mitts.
St. Patrick's Day just came a little bit early. Green, the favorite color of Proc the Croc. Well, Jay Too Strong has a nice view of it here tonight at Hell Freezes Over. Tetchi Makuji might not have that championship, but he certainly extracted some revenge.
Definitely, and and like I said, Proc will walk out of here the Anarchy Television champion. Tetchi Makuji was very close, very, very close to taking that championship, but instead we'll have to possibly wait for another opportunity, if that opportunity will ever arise again, to compete for an Anarchy championship.